1, 2, 3. 317 million deaths. Nice. That's so across. Everybody's played this game across playthroughs. That's how many times I suppose people have died. Okay.
You're undead, aren't you?
Ah, sorry.
It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drangleic these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody.
Alright,
You know much about souls.
I'll tell you in a second.
Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really.
Alright, so before I hit again, so as a general rule, you want to keep talking to any characters you meet until they start repeating themselves.
There are 4 beings in this land with and wherever you go from here.
Yeah, I'm getting bored, so we're gonna speed this up.
Soul. If that frightens you, then you want to.
Yeah, so I was trying to kind of let you read it, or hurrah for jumping off. Yeah, I'm thinking not. If I recall correctly, if you touch these bloodstains, you get a visual of the person who died. I don't know why that doesn't seem to be working right now. Okay, so some messages are just kind of like, I'm sure they mean something to somebody, or maybe later down the road they'll be useful. For right now, I'd not. I mean, hopefully we'll get a bloodstain where I can show that off, because it's cool. If I recall correctly, the bloodstains give off a ghost, and you can see exactly how that person died, which has its uses too. So it's not just a game of learning from your own mistakes. You kind of get to learn from other people's successes and mistakes too, which is really cool. It's a very unique game.
For misery will lead you. We will never meet the king with it. Seek those whose names are on their souls once you have found them, so that hope. Bearer of the seek soul, seek the king. Lest.
Okay, so see, if you just talked to her and left, you wouldn't even be aware that you could use her to do things like level up.
Over the hill and past the forest, where a man peered straight at whatever came. Those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation, it happens to them all. That blue light at the base of the tower, although he does offer, perhaps he is a foreshadow. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very. She imparts sound, provided you find her on. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, stay strong, even when you have precious little. For when the undead dies, it is not all undead are hollows. If you find an Estus shard, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and past the forest, where a man peered at whatever came. Those who come to Drangleic seeking, it happens to them all.
Okay, so now she's repeating herself, so now we don't need to talk to her anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and level up what we can. I don't think it's going to be much, to be honest with you. So what does this 948 mean? Oh, I guess that's till next level, but we can still go ahead and... So endurance is obvious. Okay, so it highlights the attributes it's going to change. So if you kind of look over here, you can kind of get a sense for what's going to help what. Cast speed, at least for right now, I'm going to go... And specializing, as I said, is probably not the best course of action, but for right now, I'm not going to worry about casting much. I'm just going to stick with being a grunt, or you know, a tanky knight kind of guy. I like the resistances. I'm thinking that's going to be very helpful. So these are kind of more the resistances. And kind of my logic, or what I'm thinking here, is... So if I put that up, how many points is that? Oh, can I not bring it up yet? I thought I could. Apparently not. Oh, so that's another thing. Yeah, I guess you can't spend souls until you reach a certain threshold, unless I'm forgetting something, which is another thing that. Well, it says level up though. All right. Well, we'll come back once we get up to 948. I don't think that's what's left. I'm pretty sure that's the total you need to have, but don't quote me on that either. Can I upgrade the flask? Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't think I could.
Bearer of the curse, seek the lest this.
Yes. What's it gonna do? Oh, no, it's not gonna. Okay. Never mind. Now we gotta go talk to the knight again, because I forgot to keep talking to him till he repeated itself. Himself.
Do you ever cry out the journey you're facing? If you need it, when you face danger, protection is your...
Okay, so another thing about this game is some players like to play kind of the bad guy, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't happen as much earlier in the game, but when you go later in the game, they can essentially invade your realm. And when they invade your realm, they get to hunt you down and kill you. And since they're going to be a lot stronger than us,
But the blues let the sentinel.
So you can...
It suits me. It will grow.
Okay, enter covenant. So you already belong to this covenant. So there's different covenants, which we'll explain as we kind of get to them. But you can only be part of one at a time. And each one confirms different benefits and stuff. So what I've just done is I joined the Blue Sentinels, which what it means is if somebody who enters our realm uninvited and comes in and tries to kill us, and that's an actual player playing, it will call a Blue Sentinel to come defend us. And since one, I am not nearly as good at this game as a lot of people who will likely be invading, and they're probably, you know, our experience is, yeah. I'm going to appreciate somebody else coming in and getting my back. And later on, you can join the Blue Sentinels. That's another kind of neat thing. So right now, we're the guys going, hey, come help me, please. But you can join the Blue Sentinels, and then that's reverse. Then we'll be the ones going in to help new players.
Welcome to my... Oh, sorry, I could really...
Okay, so for right now, let's just keep talking.
I came from the West. Have you been there? Very competitive, of course. But I didn't have the funding for... It's been years. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down. A group calling themselves the Blue... You can't even run a shop. They claim to be working for the... Oh, by the God. Oh, by the gods. Why the hell am I here?
Okay. Alright, so as you can see, he sells items, but they aren't exactly cheap. And I think the items cost souls too, if I remember correctly. That's another thing about the game, is instead of having money and souls, it all costs souls. So, and it's a kind of interesting decision you have to make, because when you get the armor, it's yours. And a lot of times the weapon and armor improvements are substantially better than any kind of linear improvements you'll get from leveling up, if I remember correctly. Alright, Titanite Sharp. As I said, At some point, I'll examine all that stuff when I'm offline. I don't want to bore you guys by going through it, especially since if you're watching this or you played it before, you're already gonna know. Oh, I just realized it's locked, and there's a big blood stain there. So I think it's trying to tell us something. Try attacking. All right. Nice. Ooh, that's a little creepy. Well, I guess you don't need that anymore. Oh, and now we have an Estus shard. So let's go. What's over here real quick? Whoa. Yeah, run. Run. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get away from me. Alright, I can't even hit them. Alright, am I doing something wrong? Okay, I need to hit a different button. But I can't see them because the camera. Whoa! Okay, these guys can take a lot more punishment than I would have been expecting. Whoa. So as you can see, as I said, the fighting's very deliberate. Dodging and kind of do that kind of stuff is pretty crucial in this game. And keeping an eye on your stamina is too for fights like this that are going to take a while. Or at least a semi-while. Alright. Whoa. Man. I didn't realize my health was getting down that low. Alright, so we got 10 life gems back, which is not a complaint. I don't know why. Maybe you get them every time. I don't know. Maybe you get a... Oh, you must get a refill or something, which is interesting. So I'll try and figure out how you get a refill. But before I do that, let me go ahead and... Can I use one? I don't want to lose the experience we've got so far. Oh, no, no, no. Get my sword back. Give me my sword back. Ow. Man. So as you could tell, I wasn't kidding. I'm not an expert at this game. But look, you definitely don't want to just see like that. You don't want to just stand still either. Why is it I'm having more significant issues here than I'm thinking I should be though? Okay, got that one. That's good. Okay, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Which way to go? Which way to go? Alright. Okay, so as you can tell, I mean, if you look at the health, there's the little pig things, and they did a number on me. And partly, as I said, because I'm not that great a player. Oh, okay, so there we go. Finally got it. So... There you go, see? And that's somebody who died, so he obviously saw the pigs coming, and he fell down the hole. And I'm not really laughing at him, because trust me, I'm sure I'm going to have many a moment like that, too. Closed. Be wary of boss. Who's the boss? Now the real fight begins. Okay. They were just pigs, right? Am I missing something? I don't know. Okay. But we can't go in that building yet. Right? Or is that the armor? Or is it the other one we can't go in? Yeah, we can't go in that one. We can't afford anything at the armor. Oh, it's not fall down the hole. Alright. Okay, we can go in here, though. What the? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And one without much time remaining.
It's a cat. I never figured out what the deal was with this, but...
I'd say. Not exactly the time. Well, oh yes. So,
Alright, so, okay, so here's where we can learn about the Covenants. And it says we're the way of the blue. So as discussed earlier, that means some people are going to come in and help us.
this place is all... Everything will crumble and waste away, so isn't it what? This place is... We receive only the most peculiar, but it's enough to keep... Are you going to see the old... Those four who have grown... They must have sprouted quite... For heaven's sake. No one even knows... Imagine that. Yes. Well, you have a most pleasant set. Have you made friends with... He's lost everything. The only thing he's good for now is a... Covenants are a type of... You give something to gain something. It might be just the thing you need. Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it... If you wish to face... Although, you'd just as well... This place is all... Everything will crumble, isn't it?
Alright. I said we want to keep talking until they repeat themselves, and that's going to be something we're going to want to do throughout the game. What items can we buy? Here. Alright, so she's going to sell, I suppose, some enchanted items. Once again, not much we can afford except for this. Alright. Okay, well, I said I'm not sure what a lot of this stuff does, so I'm not gonna try and waste money or souls, I guess.
Nothing suited you, I presume.
Well, I'd like to. A pet cat might be kind of nice. You want to travel with me? Blah. So one of the nice things about those two is illusion head. So I guess at some point maybe we can... I never got to a point in the game where I could undo illusions, but it looks like maybe you can't, you know, at some point in the game you can. Now the real fight begins. What's an Allstone? Do we have one? Oh, okay. Can we learn about them? I think this is how you become a sentinel, if I remember right. So that's where you go if you want to become somebody to help the little guy. But right now we are the little guy, and we're the one who needs help. And let me see exactly if there is a way to get these life gems back. I don't think I used them as often as I should have the first time I played either, now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, so these bonfires essentially operate as checkpoints and save points. So the first thing I should have done actually was come to the bonfire. But it's alright. So attunes, okay, no spells. We don't have any spells to attune, so don't even worry about that. Burn, what are we burning? Oh, so there's certain items you can burn. So like this will turn us back into a human. But we don't want to do that right now. Okay, let's maybe go ahead and use these. Oh, so we can store stuff. Never mind. Alright, so that's where we can store stuff. But what if I want it back, though? Oh, okay, RB. So, give it back. I want it back. So, I guess there's an item box here, so if your inventory gets full, you can store stuff. I think I saved a lot of these souls the last time I played, and I think this time I'm just going to start using them. And you do have the ability to fast travel as we discover more points, but there's really no point in doing that right now. And you do that from bonfire to bonfire. So now, let us go ahead. Oh, I did it again. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, 200 souls. Alright. I don't think there's a benefit to saving these, other than you don't want to use them until you're basically at a save point, or at where you can spend them. I mean, other than that. So their big advantage is when you find them, even if you die, they stay in your inventory. But you don't want to use them right away, because if you die after you've used them, then you can lose the souls you got, essentially.